Peace and good afternoon. Hope y'all enjoyed y'all Thanksgiving if you celebrate such a thing. Um, I saw, some family members I hadn't seen in a while. We cooked, we ate, we gave thanks. It was beautiful. If you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, ain't nothing. I just hope, no matter what, you were with your family and you enjoyed your day. So, what I want to talk about today is the concept, practice, the self-discovery of shadow work. Now, what is shadow work? Well, let's go a little bit of history. Some of you may or may not be familiar with the work of psychologist Carl Jung. I believe he was around the early 20th century, and he very much revolutionized the field of psychology and mental health, and also delved into some other areas, mysticism, alchemy, other stuff, interesting stuff. But yeah, one of the concepts he explored was what is called the shadow. Now, I'm gonna read this to y'all to give you like a good definition of what the shadow or shadow work is. Shadow work is about revealing the unknown. The shadow is an unconscious aspect of your personality that the ego does not identify with. You may experience your shadow when you're triggered in social interactions, relationships, or in episodes of anxiety or sadness. The unconscious mind contains repressed emotions from painful events, causing impulsive behaviors and unwanted patterns that form your dark side. In short, the shadow is composed of the parts of yourself that you have forgotten, abandoned, and repressed in order to grow and fit in with the mold of society. I'll stop right there. And I was actually reading from the Shadow Work Journal, Guide to Integrate and Transcend Your Shadows. I recommend this shit to everybody. And let me get this out the way. This is nothing evil. This is nothing occult. This isn't anything that goes against God or the Bible. Nothing like that. Nothing that mainstream fundamentalist Christianity would have you believe. It simply is not the truth. This is psychology. This is just getting in touch with yourself and integrating all aspects of yourself into your ideal self. All right, so shadow work as it relates to me. And yeah, we all have these sides of ourselves that, through trauma, through life experiences, trying to fit into society, that we kind of bury deep down. You understand? And we think it's good to keep things in the shadows, and we think that if we reveal these things, that'll be a bad thing. Now, that's only if these darker aspects of yourself are not integrated. Now, let's say you grew up in a household, a turbulent, unstable, maybe violent, abusive, invalidating household, where you were not allowed to express yourself. You weren't allowed to express your vulnerability. You weren't allowed to express your anger, to stand up for yourself. So you kind of bury all that anger and sadness and vulnerability deep down, and because you're taught that you can't show it, you can't be weak, you can't reveal those parts to yourself. They're not valued or respected by society. And they simply, they don't go nowhere, but they just get stored in a place that you don't readily access, but they get accessed in times of stress and, you know, times of turbulence. So what's that say? Those parts of yourself you try to keep hidden, they're gonna come out in some way or another. You know, I've tried my best to be a person that's morally upright, that's dependable, that's empathetic, and that's certainly a part of me. But it's also a part that I want to express. Then there's another side of me, or there has been another side of me. That's my dark side. That's angry. That could be vindictive. That could be emotionally explosive. And, you know, traditionally, like, when you have these aspects of yourself, you're ashamed of them. Because, again, society has told you that these aren't good things. But that's not necessarily the truth. These things could benefit you, again, if you integrate them. Anger is not negative. It's not negative at all. There's a thing called righteous anger, right? Anger that you use to protect yourself, to protect others, to stand up for what's right. You know, in the temple, when Jesus came to the temple, you saw the money changers using the temple as a place of business to defraud the poor people. He flipped out because what he was seeing was wrong on so many levels. And, you know, he picked up a bunch of cords, turned them into a whip. He flipped their goddamn tables over, started whooping their asses, ran them out of here, and said, "This is a place of worship. You turned it into a den of thieves." That's righteous anger. That's him standing up for what's right, him standing up for the little guy, him standing against wickedness. And Jesus would be an individual. I'm always going to talk good about Jesus, just to let y'all know. Jesus is goated. Jesus is goated. Quote me on that. I did a previous video when I said Jesus is the illest guy ever, and somebody pointed it out. Like, oh yeah, here's another one. Jesus is goated. But yeah, man, that's an example of an individual who's integrated all parts of himself and has become, you know, unified within himself. And shadow work, not only, but shadow work is a good part of how you get to that point. So I recommend it, absolutely, because dark doesn't mean bad. Shadow doesn't mean bad or evil. Shadow is just repressed, subconscious. And, you know, you could transform it. You could transform that darkness and bring it into light, you know? So, yeah, man, I've been using this, this damn shadow work journal, man. It got all these exercises. Listen, it's not a friggin' spell book, dog. I don't care what the people say. The so-called Christians who ironically are very judgmental and just get angry over anything that doesn't compute to their particular view of what you know, good and righteousness and Christianity should be, and they're oftentimes completely off base and wrong. This isn't evil. This is actually beautiful, and it'll help you get in touch with yourself and accept yourself and forgive yourself and be a whole person if you've been broken by the world around you. Honest to God truth. So yeah, man, and you don't have to get this journal to do shadow work. It's all about looking within. You can meditate, look back into your past and try to reconcile your past, you know. But yeah, man, shadow work's the way. And there's many ways to get there. There's many ways to integrate your shadow, integrate all parts of yourself, and truly become whole, and not just be driven by your ego, but become one with your ideal self, your higher self. So I hope this video finds you all well. Again, hope y'all had a lovely Thanksgiving. Hope y'all not spending too much money on this Black Friday. And yeah, yo, comment, tell me what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, share this, and really engage with me, y'all. Like, again, it's not about the views, and I'm lying. It's about I'd like to get a lot of views, but it's mostly about engaging with y'all, man. So hope y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Yours out. Peace.